And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the stream going down. It's out of my control. The internet just randomly cut out. It takes like 5 minutes to come back. It is. I don't know what to do, puppy. I don't know what to do. But I don't know if you could tell, if you could read the situation, but in that game between MaxPax and Solar, MaxPax was basically winning with his push, and things were looking quite dire for our South Korean Zerg player. MaxPax did take the series 2-0, and he moves on to the next round. The game did last a couple of seconds after we dropped, and now we have another series instead. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Grass Farm, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Z Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Canadian Protoss player representing Team Basilisk. It is Trigger. I will attempt to fix that, by the way. He's not an onside or the Cranky Ducklings, as opposed to what the banner just showed. I will fix that. It's all good, all good. But yeah, I do apologize for the stream cutting out earlier. I do thank everyone that stuck around, though. I do really appreciate the people that did stick around, waiting a little bit longer for us to come back. Thank you so much. Thank you. Always appreciate the support. If the stream does go down a second time when we're in a series, when we're in a game, then I probably won't come back. Like, even if the internet comes back, I'll just say it now. I probably won't come back to streaming this tournament. The reason for that is just because I don't want to be an inconvenience to the players. The last thing I want is to be like a hindrance, and to be like a like this X factor that can randomly like lag out the game, basically. You know, like at the end of the day, this is a tournament, this is a competitive environment, and I don't want the players to have to put up with me dropping from games. So it only happened once, and you know, I don't think it's gonna happen regularly, but if it does happen again, then I'll probably call it there. It's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, I don't want to slow down the players or anything like that. I don't want to, you know, make them anxious or be any kind of problem for them. So yeah, hopefully everything is okay. Hopefully we're able to maintain our connection. As we get into game number 2, we missed out on game 1. Not really too sure what happened, but Dark is leading this series 1-0. Oh boy, and now we're here in game number 2. The winner of this series is going to advance on, I believe, to face Bjorn in the next round. No, sorry, the winner of Gumiho and Bjorn. So a Terran player, regardless, a Terran. Meanwhile, when it comes to MaxPax defeating Solar, MaxPax is already in the semifinals. He's waiting for the winner of Creator and Estrella for a bit of a PvP instead. Oh boy, so Dark is the last remaining Zerg player in the tournament, as to be expected is typically the case here. And yeah, Dark already is in good form. For those who were here last night, Dark 2-0'd Trigger in World Team League in WTL merely less than 12 hours ago, so not that long ago, to be honest. So that did of course occur last night. We were lucky enough to cast it. Kuro and Asher were lucky enough to cast that. We missed it as we were casting the finals of ESL Asia instead. And yeah, now we have a bit of a rematch. Dark already having a little bit of a lead here. Trigger going for a Stargate opener. The Oracle rocks up across the map. No Spore, but we do have 2 Queens, and ooh, the Oracle does take quite a bit of hull damage, but 3 drones go down. Not bad damage done here by Trigger. Meanwhile, not quite on hold position, not in position either, as one Adept is going to be going down. The second Adept can go down as well. The Oracle is not turning around, and Dark is getting a bit out of hand as he gets both Adepts and a probe. I shouldn't be getting the 3rd Adept though, right? No, sorry, I thought that was a shield battery. That's a pylon. Meanwhile, the Oracle doesn't really get too much damage done across the map as the 3rd Adept goes down. We force in another warp in. These lings from Dark has been insane, but maybe it wasn't worth it because we lost a lot of drones across the map. 9 drones in total for an Oracle. Boy, so both players are going to be hurting a little bit. Dark losing some of his economy, Trigger losing some of his army and being forced to replace it instead. as he is going to be going for that Twilight Council and Forge follow-up. Catching up in the chat. Light, I figured out your internet issue. Your chest hair is causing interference. Aye. Smooge, Bappy, smooge. Well, that's gonna have to persist. That's not stopping. Shaking my head. As the Lings are going across the map, Dark is going to be going for a Ling, Queen, Roach, all in. We are waddling across the map with everything we have. Trigger, can he hold on? One shield battery goes down. The second shield battery is looking quite low as well. A lot of Lings did go down in that assault, but you know what? Dark, he's not stopping. Oh my god, two shield batteries do finish up in the end. The Queens, they cannot transfuse. We have the overcharge. Trigger is forcing this back again. Dark maybe showing up a little bit prematurely with his Queens. He will lose every single one of them. And this push was a little bit lopsided, a little bit mistimed. But we're not slowing down. We are just gonna keep on going. We just hammer down that pedal. The Road Ravager shows up. Files are gonna be connecting here onto the cannon, but there are so many shield batteries. They are running out of energy though. They are running out. Biles do connect on the Stalkers, on the cannons. Lings flood on in. They're going to be able to get us around on the Stalkers on the right-hand side. The boys have to be pulled. Oh, the Oracles. Ooh, one Oracle goes down to the Biles. Alongside the Ravager, to be fair. And the pylons are exposed. They are under threat. They're going to be going down one after the other. It looks like the third base has been broken. What about the natural? We're not quite set up for it. We have more pylons being thrown down here. Trigger is supply blocked. Oh boy. And we're still not stopping. We're still not stopping. Blink is not done either. Oh, we do get a bit of a surround going on. The Void Ray pops out. That will be able to focus down these Ravagers at least. But the wall is not a wall. The Lings, they flood on in. They're going to be able to get us around on these Stalkers. Ooh. Again, Dark is pretty all in behind this. He lost so many drones earlier. He has to end the game with this, or at least deal some critical damage. He's going to be able to get on top of all these Stalkers, getting on top of the Zealots as well. Behind this, we are droning. We are trying to recover our economy. So Link slip into the main base. Finally, Blink and +1 will finish up. Again, a lot of this was delayed just because of how chaotic the opener was. Ooh. And Dark is transitioning. Again, if he had just waited, I feel like if he waited a little bit longer with his Queens, then he probably could have had a little bit more success with his push. And now Trigger is going for a counterattack. What do we have? We have 8 Stalkers, a Void Ray, an Oracle. Quite a formidable force, to be fair. What do we have at home to defend? We've got a couple of Roaches. The Queens are moving on forward as well. Every single Queen brought to the front lines. And we are going to be able to hold on. Trigger just doesn't have enough momentum. Well, he does come in with some reinforcements, so he's going to keep on pushing. Behind this, we got Lings. We threw down a Hydrogen as well. Because why not? And with these Ling reinforcements, we should be able to hold on. Even though we had some great target firing on those Roaches, to be fair, like Trigger, you know, overall trading quite well here. He just can't break through, and that's the problem, is that he's pretty committed. Oh god, the Stalkers. As Trigger is forced back, Dark continuing to remax or rebuild his army with Lings, with Hydras. His drone count looking far healthier than it was before. Oof. Yeah, pushing up this ramp is going to be so difficult. Trigger, though, the pressure is on him. He has to keep pushing. That's the problem. He's still trying to get his third base up and running. At the same time, Void Ray comes into the natural, but no, the Queens are waiting for him. As the Hydra is going to be able to focus down a couple more of these Stalkers, but yo, we're running out of Lings. Trigger, can he do it? Can he pull this off? As we need our Lings here to protect our Hydras. Trigger just continuing to warp in, continuing to reinforce, rushing across the map. He knows that the pressure is on. He knows that he has to try to break the third, but he just barely can't. He's still trading relatively efficiently. He's still killing Hydras here and there, but it's not enough. Dark holds from here. He can expand and take a fourth base. Looks like he's been trying to, but this Void Ray has been a nuisance. And Trigger is still in this. You know, he's saturating his third base. He's getting his gases up and running. He stumbled his way here, but Trigger not looking too bad. Meanwhile, this Ling Hydra composition that Dark is getting into is honestly amazing against these Blink Stalkers. Their DPS is just so damn high. As long as we're able to get enough Lings. Dark is actually going almost pure Hydra though. Hasn't really invested too much into said Lings. Interesting. Interesting choice here as... yeah, we're going to be attempting to trade here with the army. We have charge lots trickling on in. Sorry, slow lots even. Storm is on the way. And there is that charge. And Dark, off of this, is going to be getting into a Lurker net. So even though Storm is going to shut down the Ling Hydra, by the time Storm finishes, we will have Lurkers available. Boy. Here we go. Trigger trying to push through the center of the map. The Hydras do force him back. Oh, we do have a lot of high tempo, but Storm isn't done. Neither is Charge. So it's going to be going down for free. Dark taking control of the map. Finally taking his fourth base as well. Can saturate it. Oh, these have been expensive losses for Dark. Well, still trading more efficiently overall, as we can see there, but you don't want to be trickling away these Hydras. There we go, Lurkers are on the way. So as Storm finishes, we have Lunkers. We have the answer to it. Now Trigger is gonna have a hard time pushing forward. He's gonna have to slow the game down, slowly take a fourth base, take up as well. We have a Robo on the way. That's our first Robo, I believe. No, sorry, our second. And we're getting into Immortal production, which can be an answer to Lurkers. As we do see the armies just skirmish a little bit here in the middle of the map and not really committing to anything. Dark has to be very careful. He has to respect High Templar. He has to respect the Storm. Oh, as he's pushing on forward, there we go. The first Storm is looking to zone away the army. Quick pull away by Dark. At the same time, we have a Lurker set up here at our fourth base. Zealot Run-bys are going to have a hard time finding damage. And Dark has now maxed. Still doesn't have Adrenal Glands as Hive is just about to finish up. Well, it's still halfway done, so we're going to be able to get into our Lurker upgrades, into 3-3, into Adrenal Glands. Does open things up quite a bit here. So let's try to go for a bit of a run by, but yeah, the Lunkers, Bappy, they're in position. Don't really get too much. We're going for a Nidus as well. Don't quite have an Overlord in position, but I'm sure soon we will. As the Nidus is on the way, Dark has max. He's got some options available to him. We have Overlord speed being researched, so we can go for that detection or that vision in the main. Oh, the main is looking quite exposed. Not a lot of vision available here for Trigger. Nidus can go up undetected. Here we go. The Lings are looking to distract a Trigger. Meanwhile, the Overseer goes into the main. At the same time, here comes the main army. Ooh, and the Lurkers aren't quite done, but Trigger, he doesn't dive on it. Uh-oh. Doesn't quite go for it in the end. Trigger just rotating around, looking for another way in. The Nidus will get up, and this is unscouted by Trigger. He sees nothing. He's gonna try and push up this ramp into Lunkers. Ay. He's gonna have a hard time pulling that off. The Lurkers, they're out there in the main base. They laying siege upon the third from the high ground, and they get on top of the production. They force a recall. Oh my god, the storms are insane on the Hydras, but what about the Lurkers? And do we have detection? Okay, we do, thankfully. We do have detection, but there are so many Lurkers available. 23 Lunkers. Ay. How do we deal with this? The answer is we don't. Not with ground toss. We take control of the main. We take control of the ramp as well. Lurker range is done, and this was the game-winning move. Trigger did a great job coming back into this game after the rough opener, after losing his third initially. But we can see here he just can't push in. GG gets called, and Dark takes the series 2-0. GG, well played. Ooh. And as Dark takes the series, a massive shout out to Vindicta Miguelito in the chat. Thank you so much for the gracias, papi, gracias. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great tournament run as well. I know we weren't able to cast you against Max Packs, but I hope you had a good time overall. You know, whether it's a tournament or your stream or even laddering before that. Hope you're taking care, papi. Hope you're taking care. Oh, GG. Well played. And congratulations, Dark advances on to the semifinals. GG, well played. Also, massive shout out to Mark BT in the chat as well. Thank you so much for the raid. Sorry, that was Vindicta. For the resub for 29 months, over 2 years of support. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Gracias, papi, gracias. Thank you. Can't believe it has been that long, but we do appreciate it, as Dark is going to be waiting in the semifinals for the winner of Gumiho versus Byeon, which should be taking place over on the Korean server. So let's hop on over to Korea. Let's go. Catching up in the chat. It's been a minute. Is this live? This is live. well, there's a 2-minute delay. 2-minute delay on stream. 2-minute delay. Max Pax, we were able to cast Max Pax earlier. Did cast him earlier. He is in those lower semifinals, waiting for the winner of, I think, Creator versus Estrella. So a PvP for the lower semis. Meanwhile, we are looking for our TVT. We're looking for Byeon versus Gumiho.